baby, won't you meet me by the beach? Early, maybe later, you could show me things. You know what it is whenever I visit any city.
What it is, guys, it's your girl Mirah Gustaní, and I am back with another YouTube video. So today we will be telling like a little bit of an embarrassing, little crazy story time. More of the story is for all the girls that want to step to the other side. I'm telling you not to do it, and this is exactly why I'm not friends with my exes. That's two red flags for y'all. Don't come to the other side, and don't be friends with your exes. And here's why, right? So we're going to be doing makeup while we do this story. The story will be a little timely. I apologize for the people who's in the background arguing, but they wailing outside. And they decided to do that when I recorded my video. And I'm not willing to wait. It's already late at 8 and I don't got time for that. But I'm going to do my brows and I'm going to get right back on the camera. So this is the story with my ex-girlfriend. It's just a quick little summary. Me and her was dating in high school. We started talking like a couple of months, like 5 months before summertime. Yeah, like 5 months before the summertime. So we were together. Then all of a something right around May, we ended up breaking up because she started being a weirdo and she was getting on my nerves and I was tired of her. So we broke up. But mind you, I do not be friends with my exes, y'all. That's not me. That's not something that I do. I don't want no attachments with my exes when we're done with each other. So she was basically asking like, why? So I don't want to be her friend. Why can't we just be friends? Be together? I'm like, nah, I don't want to be a friend. Like, what do you want to be my friend for? Mind you, even before that, like, I've never tried to be friends with my exes, but that was just a law with me. Like, I did not want to be friends with my exes, but ended up being friends anyways. So we had like these little rules, like, you know, she was basically saying like, oh, can we bring, like, we started talking to other people, can we bring them around each other? For some reason, she really thought we was gang. Like, she really thought we was gang for real. Like, it was that time and like we could bring each other, boo around each other and stuff. And I like that now, like, that's mad disrespectful. Like, I was like, that's disrespectful. Why would you want your ex around your boo? I mean, even though like I'm not supposed to be your ex because we're friends, but sweetheart, still your ex. That's mad weird. So our deal was like, you know, we're not gonna bring our exes, we started talking about we're not gonna bring them around each other, etc., etc. And this is when I started going to like parties and stuff or whatever. So if I see her at a party, she see me at a party, we could say hi, you know, we still chatting and texting and stuff, right? So y'all already know how toxic that whole situation got, you know. Still moving like she's my girlfriend, still moving like I was her girlfriend, whatever. Just know that whole summer we was not together. I was talking to other people and she was talking to other people, and we were still texting each other. During the end of the summer, we agreed not to like get back together. Like, we was gonna stay friends and she was gonna do what she was doing. Everybody started back school. I was in high school at the time. Everybody started back school and I didn't come to school yet or whatever. So I finally came to school and me and her was chilling. Like, after school, even when we was talking to each other, she would wait for me to get out of school, or I would wait for her to get out of school, and we would go about our business, right? So we ended up going, like, you know, getting food after school, just like regular schedule. Like, when we were together, this is the crazy part, we were doing everything like we used to do when we was together, but we was not together, we was friends. So that's what she was telling me. She wanted to go to Macy's because I always used to go shopping with her, because she was like a loner. Like, she was comfortable being by herself. Like, I'm not comfortable with myself. That's something I wish I did learn from her, but I didn't gain that from that relationship. But yeah, so after school, I basically came with her to go get some stuff. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna come with you to go get X, Y, and Z at Macy's. I went with her to Macy's, and y'all, I know this looks so yellow, but it's gonna oxidize, and this is the only neutral shade in Fenty that they have, so bear with me. And I got a little tan over the summer, and I don't know if it's fully gone, but this do not be looking as yellow on me, so not too much. When I finish my makeup, I'm not gonna look crazy, I promise you. I promise. We're on our way to Macy's. We taking a train because I live in New York, so, you know, public transportation, you know, that's what we do. I wasn't driving in high school. So we get on the train and we make our way downtown. And while we on our way downtown, where did we go first? We decided to go to Chick-fil-A. The Chick-fil-A had just been built like a couple of months, and that Chick-fil-A was packed because Chick-fil-A had just came to New York. Yo, I look like I'm trying to not be my skin tone right now. I'm so sorry if y'all really, oh my God. Anyways, like I said, it's not gonna look crazy in the end. Just bear with me. Right, so we goes to Chick-fil-A. I think that's what we did first. We went to Chick-fil-A and basically got some food. And while we chilling or whatever, you know, we having casual conversations about X, Y, and Z, whatever. So she tells me, she decides to like go on and on about how, like, put me on about her and her little situations or whatever. Whether we was friends or not, I was not putting on to what goes on between me and whoever I was talking to, because that's none of her business. Mind you, I cut the people off that I was talking to that summer. The person I was talking to off that summer or whatever. So I wasn't talking to nobody, but she ain't know that because that's none of her business. You feel me? So she's telling me, oh, she decides to tell me, I look crazy. She decides to tell me that her and the girl that she was talking to, or girls, whatever, because like I said, I didn't enjoy the conversation like that with her. She told me that they stopped talking and she don't got no Johns, no hoes, no nothing, right? Mind you, in my head, I'm like, we agreed to be friends. We agreed not to be toxic when school started back, right? Yet you feel the need to tell me that you and the girls that you was talking to is not talking no more. Red flag number one, right? So cool. I let it go. I ain't saying nothing. I'm like, oh, okay. Why you telling me this? Mind my business. You feel me? So after we go to Chick-fil-A, we're walking to Macy's because everything is like a good walking distance, whatever, from each other. So we goes to Macy's, and we're in Macy's, and she's on her phone texting somebody, but I'm minding my business because, like I said, that's not my gal. That's not mine. Boo! Like, that's not my girl at the time. So I don't care what you doing on your phone. That's none of my business for real. At the end of the day, that's none of my business at all. So we go to Macy's. She's on the phone with somebody, and she's picking out boxers or whatever. And I'm like, you know, I'm just there. So, and Mr. I could have sworn a girl asked me, like, to take a picture of her or whatever. And then, yeah, so she got her boxers. And then she asked me which one she should get. And I'm just like, bro, why you asking me that? Why you asking me to help you pick out boxers? I'm not, that's none of my business. I'm not seeing them. That's not for me to know, like, what you got on. So that's when I see her, like, take a picture of the boxers and sent it to somebody. I guess she took a picture of it and sent the streak. Now, I did say I was not in her phone, but I was on her phone, but she was like right next to me and like this. Not right next to me, but far enough for me to see, right? So she's in her phone, on her business, thought I'm on my business. Staying out of that, right? So she's telling me like, oh, how her headphones broke or whatever. And this is before the AirPods had came out. I think it was like a couple months before AirPods came out. But the AirPods was not out yet because we were still using wires. So she basically said her ear headphones had broke or something and she needed a new pair. And I'm like, oh, you could just go to Apple and get another pair, just exchange it. Like, they're not gonna charge you nothing. You just gotta bring in the broken ones. She was like, oh, really? We could do that after we come from Macy's. So she buys her stuff or whatever, right? So that's when we leave from Macy's and we go to the Apple store. Now, this is when everything gets crazy, right? So, mind you, on our way from Macy's, Shorty is flirting with me. Like, she's flirting with me. Literally flirting with me while we're walking from Macy's. And I'm not paying her no mind, brush her off, because I'm like, bro, I'm not about to take it there with you for real. We already did the little toxic situation after we was not supposed to even be friends. After we broke up and we stayed friends and we still was moving like we were in a relationship together. So I'm just like, okay, whatever. So she's flirting with me like, oh yeah, I don't talk to nobody, but you know, you this, you that. Like, I can't really recall, but I know for a fact she was flirting with me at the time, right? So we finally make it to the Apple store, right? And y'all, I was on my cycle that day, so I had cramps, I think. My cramps was bothering me, and I had to go to the bathroom, and there was no bathroom in the Apple store. So I had to go, I think it was like a little store, like little mini supermarket. I don't know what it's called. If you live in New York, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's the little supermarket thing that's right next to, I think it's not Whole Foods. It's something else, but it's right next to the Apple store. So I left out the Apple store and went to the bathroom. I told her I was coming back. Mind you, like I said, I had cramps, so I was about to tell her, like, yo, I'm about to leave. Like, I don't feel good. Whatever. Right? So, mind you, I was sitting there waiting with her for such and such for her to, thing. Now, I could be wrong, but I'm just going to say it because I think this is exactly what went down. So, I think we was talking about something, and that's when she was telling me, like how one of the girls, I think, texted her saying that they was downtown and how if they want the link, and she told them, nah, like, not right now, whatever. And I was like, yeah, oh, okay, why you telling me this, you feel me? Especially being the fact that you just told me that y'all don't talk, but, you know, weird energy, whatever. So, I goes to the bathroom, and I come back, and I had the intention to tell her that, you know, I want to leave. Wait, I think I told her before that. I said, if they don't hurry up, I'm going to leave you. And then I went to the bathroom, right? So that's when I left out of there, and she was texting me like, oh, if you want to leave, you can leave, or whatever. I know you don't feel good, blase, right? I went to the bathroom. Remember, I said I went to the bathroom, and I put on my contour. I used the Trio Stick contour, whatever. She's in the Apple store, and I'm in the bathroom. She texted me like, oh, you could leave if you want, if you don't feel good, whatever. But I didn't respond yet because I was using the bathroom. And at the time, I was also on the phone with Cheyenne. Mind you, I was on the phone with my friend Cheyenne. Just keep this in mind, right? So, I'm on the phone with Cheyenne. And I'm taking my little time using the bathroom. My friend is going through her own stuff at the time. You know, girls, it's always something. Especially high school girls, you always know something. So, Cheyenne was putting me on to something. And I was on the phone with her while I was, like, you know, inside the little supermarket thing. It was in the bathroom. So, I'm talking to her on the phone, telling her, like, you know, what happened, like, why she flirting with me, like, Odin, whatever. So, that's when I get back to the Apple store. And I'm looking for, like, I didn't look for her. I didn't even, like, I honestly walked in the store and I seen where she was standing. Like, I seen her from my peripheral, but I did not walk up to her. And nothing in me made me want to go walk up to her. I just sat right down back to where I was because she was taking me out long and I was telling her I was leaving. So I go in the Apple store and I go sit down. Like, they have, like, these little tree pots around the Apple store. And then, like, around the tree pots is, like a round pot, and, like, there's, like, seats, like, in a circle. People sit there. So I'm sitting there, and I'm talking to my friend Cheyenne about whatever I'm talking to my friend Cheyenne about. So that's when I'm like, yeah, I'm about to leave, and I look up to go look for her, right? Y'all, I turn my head. Literally, I turn my head. And I see her standing there. And it's a girl. Like, she talking to a girl or whatever. And they, like, and she's sitting down. And she has her hands on the girl's waist. And the girl's, like, talking to her. So in my head, I'm like, whoa. Hold on. I know I'm not bugging. I say to Cheyenne, yo. I know I'm not bugging right now. Cheyenne, like, what happened? What you talking about? What happened? Why you saying that, right? So I'm like, Cheyenne, I'm gonna, like, now y'all might be saying that's not your girlfriend, you can't be mad, etc., right? We was friends, and I specifically told you, I said, do not have me around the people you talk to. I said this to her from the jump. She knew better. So either way, I don't feel like I was in the room at all. I don't feel like I was in the room. At the end of the day, you should have knew better not to do that in my face, right? So I'm like, yo, I'm about to fuck her up. And not per se say to the girl, like, I don't have no problems with the girl. I don't know the girl from the can of paint. I feel like a lot of girls in situations when a person is cheating on them or someone's doing them dirty, they go aim for the girl that they're talking to, when really you need to go fight the person that's owes you loyalty, not the girl. You understand? But if the girl want to get rowdy, oh, we got the tussle. We definitely got the tussle inside the Apple store. Period. Right? So I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go my ex up to her or whatever. And Cheyenne's like, Mirah, no, don't do it, Mirah, no. Don't fight in the Apple store. You're gonna go to jail, or you're gonna break stuff and they're gonna call the cops and you're gonna owe Apple money. Mirah, just leave. Mirah, just leave. Now, I'm not a hothead. Like, I'm not a hothead for real or whatever. So Cheyenne's in my ear, but I hear her, but I don't hear her, but I hear her at the same time. She like, Mirah, don't go over there. Don't go fight her in that store or whatever. Just wait for another time, you know, don't do it right now. I don't know if she just said wait for another time. She just telling me don't do it. So Cheyenne finally convinces me to leave the store. I finally got myself up and walked out the Apple store, right? So in my mind, I see red. Like, I see red. I'm so upset. I'm like, she disrespected me. It would be only right if I go punch her in the face or something. Like, I just feel like you disrespected me and you deserved anything that I did to you. Like, that was that. So I walked out the store. I hang up. I didn't hang up on Cheyenne. I immediately texted the girl. I said, when I see you, I was, it was mad funny. I was like, when I see you, I'm gonna violate you. Don't call my phone. Don't text my phone. You're a dub. You're mad disrespectful. Da 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 da. She was like, she texted me like, what are you talking about? Da da da. I'm like, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I told you not to have people you talk to around me. That's mad weird, and you still did it. And it's not like you even told me that they was coming or nothing. You just had them come there and I was there. I specifically told you do not do that. That's she was like, oh, but I don't understand why you're mad. We're not together. And you know, it's kind of like a controversial thing, because some people may say like, oh yeah, not together, Mirah, so you cannot be mad. But you gotta keep it a buck. If I specifically tell you not to do something, why are you doing it? Right? Why are you still doing it? Why? Because you could have been like, oh, the girl want to see me or whatever. I want to link her. I would be like, all right, I'll see you later. You feel me? That's all you had to say. That's not what you did, right? So that's, she was like, oh, I don't know how you mad. It's no reason for you to be mad. This, that, and the third. Da, 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 da. And now that I think back, I don't think she was really a confrontational person, because she could have been like, oh, you said you're going to punch me. Like, you threatening me, say you're going to punch me in my face and you see me. You're going to fuck me up. You're going to da-da-da-da when you see me. But she could have been like, reacted like, oh, you're not doing nothing, you're not touching me, da-da-da. She's like, oh, why you acting like that? It's not that serious. I don't know what you arguing with me for. It's not that. I said, bro, don't call my phone, don't text me. And when I see you, I'm going to fuck you up, so you better stay on my way. Right? So that's basically what happened, right? That's basically what happened, right? So after that, I goes home. I'm in the crib, like, looking at myself like, bro, thank God Cheyenne told me not to, you know, get physical with that girl inside the Apple store. Because, one, I would have probably went to jail. That's one. I probably would have went to jail. Because definitely would have broke stuff in that store. And then two, I don't know if that girl would have tried to jump in, and it would have been a whole other thing, and I would have had to lose my people, you feel me? So that would have been a whole other situation. But yeah, so I goes home. I think I was living in Brooklyn at the time, I'm not sure. So I goes home and I'm telling my friends and stuff what happened, etc., etc. And I think she called me or texted me again, bro. And I violated her again. Or whatever. And that's basically what happened. But let me defend myself a little bit, because y'all probably like, you still liked her, you still cared about her because you felt some type of way about her bringing a girl around you, right? Word to who, that's not weird. Whether you friends with a person or not, if y'all had that type of history, bro, that's not only disrespectful to me, that's disrespectful to the girl you talking to. Because why are you bringing, like, imagine you was in her shoes. Why would you ever bring me around somebody that you used to talk to? I will validate a person that I'm with. They try to bring me around somebody that they used to talk to. That's disrespectful. Like, that's not disrespectful. So I don't feel like I was wrong for what I said. I don't feel like I was wrong I don't feel like I was wrong for threatening her. And I said what I said. That was it. But basically, let's go back. Now, let me tell you how everything makes sense now, right? So in my head, I'm basically like, why would she sit there and basically like flirt with me and all this, that, and the third if you were still talking to other people? Like, you too busy trying to be in my face. And the girl that you was talking to at the time, thinking y'all still talking, like, you dead wrong for that, low key. Like, you're low key dead wrong for that, right? So you was flirting with me, 1. 2, when you was in your phone inside Macy's, that's who you was texting. And then after we walked out of Macy's, you was still flirting with me, right? That's not weird. That's not weird, y'all. All right, cool, right? So you get to the Apple store. You tell me that the girl want to see you, etc. Now, like I said the first time, if you wanted to see your little boo thing, who am I to be like, why would you tell me to come with you? If that, I wouldn't have cared. I would have just left, because I don't want to be around that or her or you for real. Like, why would I want to be around you and that girl? That's weird, right? So that was that. Now, like I said, we're gonna go back. I told you, in Macy's, she was in her phone. She was in her phone texting somebody. So I came to the conclusion that it was the girl that she was texting. This is a broken brush. It is what it is. She was texting a girl inside Macy's or whatever. That's what she was texting. And that's when she found out or whatever that the girl was downtown too and she wanted to see her. Now, my whole thing is, like I said before, 1, you was flirting with me. When we walked from Macy's into Macy's, and when we got to the Apple store, you was in my face. So what made it even awkwarder is, like, the fact that you was sitting there, like, gassing up the fact, oh, I don't talk to nobody. I don't talk to none of them girls. They cut me off or I cut them off, etc., etc. Trying to play with me, girl. Mind you, I did not really care to mess with Shorty again. Like, it was never none of that. So, like, I was trying to understand, like, why was it a thing for you to really be sitting there trying to flirt? Like, the math is really not mathing at all. So, like I said, when I leave or whatever, that's what happened. On Snap, I didn't open it. You know how you could slide like back and like, I don't know if you could still do it, but you could slide the message to the side and read it and close it and they won't see that you read the message. Yeah, that's what I did. Shorty wrote a whole little paragraph type thing. She moral of the story, she apologized to me for doing what she did or whatever. We're not gonna get into, you know, the rest of the story because, like, I don't want this story time to be a thing or anybody thinking I'm talking about them or anything. So I'm just leave it at that. She ended up apologizing to me, right? Now, like I was saying, I may not have fought her. I may have not beat her ass like I want to beat her ass. Because she said to me, she was like, in the text, she was like, oh, I apologize for the situation. It's done third, da 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 da. And she's basically saying how, oh, if you want to punch me in my face or whatever, do what you gotta do. Like, I understand if that's what it takes for you to be my friend again. Like, I don't. And that's just how that happened. But I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna dust this off my face, put some lashes on, and I'm gonna end out the video. So the makeup don't look as crazy as I thought it would, right? I'm telling y'all, that foundation is mad bright, but let me see. Y'all, I swear, like, I don't know if it's the light and like don't. I'm gonna insert a picture of how it looks, because I don't know if I still look great, but like I said, I love the skin that I'm in. More of the story is, that's what happened. Don't do girls. I don't recommend it. Like, y'all think it's better on this side of the spectrum, and it's really not. But with that being said, I did get my get back. We're not gonna talk about how I got my get back, but I got my get back. Nobody knows to this day but me. And I ain't gonna snitch on myself now. Okay? But I got my get back. I definitely did. But that's the end of the story. I know y'all like, wow, that's crazy, disrespectful. And I'm not that like good at telling stories for real, as you can see, but I feel like this story was interesting enough for it to sound good. I don't got no beef with her or nothing no more. Like, we cool. We're not cool as in like friends, cool, but like she doing her, I'm doing me, you know. We don't speak. It's nothing like that. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Y'all go follow me on TikTok, or go visit my TikTok page. I do videos, funny little videos, you know, nothing too crazy, you know. Thank you guys so much for watching. Later, babies.